Hello guys, this is Chelving Bonsai, and this time we're making an Arcana guide video. So what we're doing in this video is we're gonna take a look on what Arcana you want to buy for an AD page, ability page, and a tank page. And we're taking a look at the most general pages, so we are not gonna be specializing on a particular hero, but rather the idea of what Arcana works best for all the roles. So we're gonna get right into the video, starting with the AD page. We're starting with the red Arcana, and since we're aiming to make the most general page, the best one here is Atrocity, and it gives you a 16% crit when you have 10 Arcana of this. So it gives 1.6% crit, only flat like that. And the reason why it is the strongest for an AD page is that it actually works with the bruisers and as well as the ADCs. It works for every attack damage hero. Even tanks in early game will get use of this. So if you're starting to make an AD page as your first page of all of them, and since the Arcana is very, very expensive, you won't afford another page until a while later. So you can actually apply this to all kinds of heroes. Another option you can use in the red is the Rampage, which gives you 0.7% critical chance and 3.6% crit damage. But this is mostly good if you're playing a lot of AD carries which already utilize critical damage in their build. And Wukong, for example, which the 36% crit damage is a lot in late game. So you'll get a lot of extra damage using this, but as I said, this is not the more general. So if you know you're gonna play like Wukong or AD carries or something like that, you can buy the Rampage right away. Moving on to the purple, and here I would say Guerrilla is the best one, which gives 1% attack speed and 1% movement speed. And the 1% movement speed which gets to 10% when you have 10 Arcana. The same goes for attack speed, where you get 10%, and that is both useful in early and late game. Another good option, if you know what you want to play, is Reeve, and it gives you 1.6% lifesteal, and having 5 of those gives you 8%, and that is enough to sustain in early game. So if you want to play heroes where you not want to build lifesteal items as your first item, Reeve is the way to go. And now we're at the green, and the only good one here is actually Skewer. And of course you can go with the cooldown reduction and such to combine, but here we still are aiming for the most general. So Skewer, which gives you armor pierce and damage, is very good. So using the 3 I would recommend will give a total sum of 16% crit, 10% movement speed, 10% attack speed, 9 attack damage, and 64 armor pierce. And that's it for the attack damage page. Now let's move on to the magic page. So in the magic page, the recommended tab actually works. And it contains of the Enlighten, Devour and Focus, and you'll see it on every mage in this game. But I will still give you options which I think are better. So starting with the red one, and the other option to Enlightened is Violate. And Violate is actually better in my opinion, because you get magic pierce and you will only lose a small amount of ability power. So moving on to the purple ones, and here the only option I would say is Devour. It gives both ability power and magic lifesteal. Of course another option is Sap, which gives more magic lifesteal. In my opinion the Sap is not as good, and if you fill the page with just 10 Arcana, you'll end up with 16% magic lifesteal and 10% with the Devour. But with the Devour you'll get an extra 24 ability power, which will give you the extra boost in early game, and 10% magic lifesteal is enough. And on to the last one on the ability power Arcana page, and that is the green one. Here I would say Hex is the best one, which gives 24 ability power and 7% cooldown speed at full Arcana page. But you can also go for the Focus, which gives 1% cooldown speed and 10% at full Arcana page. And the real reason you want to buy focus is not because it's better on mages, but rather because you can use it on other pages as well. So if you're gonna main mages, you should go for the hex rather than focus. So back to the reason why focus is a good choice, and that is because you can use it on your tank page or damage page if you want, and you can combine it with different pages and different heroes. But if you compare those two, the 3% loss from hex is nothing compared to the extra 24 ability power you'll get. So if you use the Arcana I recommend, you'll end up with 90 ability power, 24 magic pierce, 7% cooldown speed, and 10% magic lifesteal. And that's it for the magic damage page. And now we have one left, and that is the tank. Since the item change that buffed armor and magic defense, the Arcana which gave armor and magic defense has lost its value. And therefore on tank you want to build full HP. And that is why tank Arcana is very easy for us to choose. So for the red you want to go Indomitable. For purple, Colossus, and for green, Valiance. So the total sum in this page will be 10% attack speed, 1462 max HP, 23 armor, and 6% cooldown speed. And that's it for this video, and don't forget to share this video so more people can see it. It will really help me a lot. And thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.